It's another TSN Sports exclusive. Stay tuned for action from the world of auto racing next. Real TV on TSN.
When talking about his race in Darlington last Sunday, Alan Kulwicki said something that has even more meaning now. Alan said, quote, "There'll be another day when we'll be better." We'll be back in just a moment. We're back live now at Bristol Raceway. And we'll remember these hills of East Tennessee that took the lives of Alan Kulwicki, Mark Brooks, Dan Duncan, and Charles Campbell. At the Winston Cup banquet last December, we put together a special tribute to Alan for winning the championship. And now that his last race is over, we feel it appropriate to repeat it. The song is one of Alan's favorites, and the words fit his life so well. My Way. Let us also remember in the next few minutes the 3 other victims of the crash. The transporter that carried Alan's car has made its final lap, and the checkered flag has fallen for the final time. It has returned to Charlotte, North Carolina, finding an outpouring of sympathy from race fans and loved ones. As long as racing continues and as long as men seek and find the American dream, we will always remember Alan Kulwicki.
He's a true champion. We want to dedicate this race to Alan in the memory of him and all he accomplished, and to others like him.
I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose.
Atop the flag stand, our honorary starter, the manager of the Weber City Food City, Mr. Joe McCauley. Welcome back to the microphone, our grand marshal for today's race, the Chief Executive Officer for Food City Incorporated, Mr. Jack Smith.
Drivers, start your engines.
With the command to start engines, the thoughts now turn from the past to the future. Let's get down to pit road and John Kernan.
Bobby, you'll recall last week, Jerry Punch talked about the importance of fast pit stops and how the teams were achieving those. In fact, we saw the Miller Genuine Draft Crew, Rusty Wallace, pull off a pit stop in a little over 17 seconds. Now on Monday, some other teams watched tapes of the race. They took note of that. And a couple of teams who told me their owners have put them on extensive weight training programs so they can beef up their pit stops. We will need to see some more fast pit stops from these guys today from all over the racetrack. In fact, Rusty's crew has told me that under perfect conditions, Jerry, they might be able to do a 4-tire change in under 16 seconds.
Well, John, time is just so critical here at Bristol. When you look at this racetrack from high above, you see this high bank fast racetrack that requires only about 16 seconds to circulate. That's why this track is so critical for pit stops. Second, so important. The backstretch pits and front stretch pits. Half the field pitting in the back straightaway. They already have an uphill battle. Take a look at a driver who has a mountain to climb today. Darrell Waltrip, the winningest driver in this racetrack's history. 12 victories. Will start dead last, shotgun on today's field in 35th spot. Darrell told me moments ago, hey, I was first at the last race, and I'm last at the first race. Just because I start back there doesn't mean I have to finish there. But Darrell, that's his work cut out for him because this is a very, very tough racetrack to pass on. Bob?
I think that's the understatement of the weekend so far. To pass was very difficult yesterday in the Busch Grand National race, and Darrell has a long way to go to get to the front. Well, what do you look for in this race, Ned?
I tell you, things happen so fast on this racetrack, Bob. Anything can happen. Patience is always a key word in most races, but it's never more important than it is here. But you can't be too conservative on this racetrack. If you do, you'll get lapped in a hurry. If there's a hole opens up, you've got to jump in it. The spotters are always important at every racetrack, but I'm not sure he can do as much here as he does at other tracks because things do happen so quickly. It's more driver here.
And I tell you, it's going to take a great race driver today, Ned, because it's a one-groove racetrack right now. The cement has sit over the winter. The race cars have only been on it Friday afternoon and yesterday, and they just haven't worked the groove up to the top side of the racetrack. So you're right. You have to be patient and ride behind that guy. But if there is an opening, jump up there and try to get underneath somebody. I'm afraid we're going to see some fender bangings today.